Okay, I'm just measuring the crank runout on my '07 Summit X 800R. Has a fresh crank in it, new top end, case mod. Crank, when I first got it in the case installed, measured just over 1/1000. At this exact point I'm measuring here, that's 1/8 of an inch from the end of the crank stub on the PTO side, which is spec in the BRP service manual. 30 miles in, notice some vibration, pop the clutch off. You can all see some Isoflex grease coming out of the seal, but I guess that's a common thing when it expands. So it doesn't worry me too much. But excessive crank runout on a trued crank makes me wonder why the crank has started to move here. So we definitely have an issue, and the bottom end needs to be split. So 30 miles in, and we've got some excessive crank runout. I've measured several points along the crank just to rule out any possibilities of error here. Just went past 5 thousandths. BRP spec on a new crank, from what I read, is 2.4 thousandths. So we're approaching 6 thousandths. Just went over 6 thousandths. Slightly below zero there. Come back up past 5 thousandths, approaching 6, over 6 thousandths, and back down to zero. We're going to come back up and go over 6 thousandths. Crank run out here as per BRP specs. I'm measuring the cup right now near the seal. Sitting in the cup. I've already measured the crank runout on the end of the crank stub here. I'm 1/8 inches away, and that revealed around 6 thousandths. So we're going to measure this one here, and we'll see what we get here. And zero, coming up past 2 thousandths, approaching 3. We're very close to 3 thousandths on the cup part of the crank stub. This time I'm measuring point is going to be about 1/4 of an inch. I'm using a vernier caliper from the edge of this lip right here. Just went past 3 thousandths. Down to zero. Gonna come up 2 thousandths. Just past 3 thousandths. It looks almost about 3.5 thousandths. Close to it. Maybe 3.3, 3.4. Oh, I want to reveal a little more. Past 3 thousandths, and over 3.5 thousandths, just below 4 thousandths. Crank runout in that position. Here's another measurement I'm taking for the runout on my crank. Has 30 miles on it. It's an 800R with a new crank in it. So as you see there's Isoflex on the seal there, but I guess that's a common issue when it heats up and pushes out. I'm measuring pretty much in the center point of the crank, between the outside end of the crank and the inner lip. And we're just going to measure it right now. Approaching 4 thousandths, just exceeded 4 thousandths, 4.5 thousandths. Run out at 3/4 inches away from the end of the PTO crank stub. And approach close to 5, but looks more like 4.5 thousandths crank run out.